Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm pleased to introduce Malak, Victoria, and Hadassah, and we are excited to share with you some of the cultural knowledge we have gained about Latino Americans. So, in the words of my favorite airline, Southwest, sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. We interviewed a Peruvian American named Cecilia, who has been a US citizen for more than 15 years. She migrated to the US for school and job opportunities and holds dual citizenship in Peru and the United States of
What do you
America.
think being a Latino American is?
Well, I think it is a mix of cultures. Um, Sometimes you feel more like a Latino, sometimes you feel more like an American. I think it depends of the situations. But I mean, for example, when it's Cinco de Mayo, everybody feel Latino, and you go and you celebrate everything and probably dress and all that. But then it comes other stuff like 4th of July, and then you're American. So it's like you're divided on two. You're not 100% on one culture. You are 50-50.
To understand the issues facing Latino Americans today, we must first look back at their history in America.
In 1565, there was the introduction of Catholicism and the Spanish language in St. Augustine, Florida.
1598, New Mexico is settled by Spanish. It would become a state in 1912.
In 1845, Texas is annexed to the US.
In the years 1872 to 1873, Puerto Rico won civil rights and abolished slavery.
In 1902, the Reclamation Act takes the land of many Hispanic Americans.
In 1993, Hispanic are named America's largest minority group. In the 2013 census, it will be found that Latinos make up 1/3 of the population.
August of 2004 brought about the formation of the Minutemen, an organization composed of private citizens who voluntarily monitored Mexico's borders.
In 2010, the Arizona SB 1070 bill was passed, which gave the right to enforcement officials to check the immigration status of any person.
In 2009, Sonia Sotomayor became the first Latino Supreme Court justice.
In 1991, Ellen Ochoa became the first Hispanic woman astronaut. Then in 1993, she became the first Hispanic woman in space.
Jose Feliciano is a prominent musician in Latino American culture. He is best known for his Christmas hit, Feliz Navidad.
In 1959, Dr. Severo Ochoa discovered RNA in the cell. In 1962, Cesar Chavez founded the National Farm Workers Association. His leadership brought the dire plight of the Latino Americans to the nation's focus.
Eva Longoria is a well-known actress. She is also an activist within the Latino American community. She helped Obama secure 73% of the Latino vote in the 2012 election. She continues today to speak about immigration reform. Speaking of immigration, one person is known infamously for his comments on the matter. Here is one Latino American's opinion on Donald Trump.
Into this, and I understand you have something you want to say to Donald Trump right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, this is a free country, so you go ahead and say whatever it is that you feel like saying, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Estimado señor Trump, tú me enfermas. Eres un hombre muy ridículo. Aparte de loco y eres muy malo. Tu terrible come-over se mira como un chupacabra. Yo hablo por toda la gente mexicana. cuando digo que puedes tomar tus insultos y metértelos por tu grande y estúpido. También estás despedido, bastardo. Gracias.
Thank you, Guillermo. It's possible to disagree with someone and still be a gentleman about it, and I think you proved that very nicely.
Both Latino Americans and Donald Trump use social media as a platform to voice their opinions. Donald Trump has stated on public forums several times that he believes Mexico intentionally sends criminals to the U.S. In a rather unpresidential way, Donald Trump has used the 21st century to express his distaste for the immigrant community despite having immigrant parents and an immigrant wife. According to Kurtzelben, the Latino vote is highly sought after in the upcoming election. The 2013 census reveals that the Hispanic population grew by almost 50% from 2000 to 2012.
According to Howard Clark, Latinos are the most socioeconomically disadvantaged group in the United States. 21.5% of Latinos live below the poverty line. To make this population meet, it's important that we identify and understand both the risk and protective factors of the population that may be particularly relevant for Latinos.
In a study conducted by Zayas and Bradley in 2014, it was found that deporting undocumented immigrant parents creates an epidemic of orphans at risk for many mental health issues. In concurrence with this finding, Cervantes, Cardoso, and Goldbach state that Hispanic adolescents are at greater risk for depression due to discrimination and acculturation gap stress than their non-Hispanic counterparts. When Araujo and Quiros studied young Latinas 18 years and older, they found that because of racial discrimination, these girls preferred identifying with whiteness than they did their own Latino race. Researchers at the University of Texas also concluded that Latinas in school will most likely display self-harmful behaviors because of transnational stress and bullying. While many Latino Americans move to the United States for better education opportunities, another hurdle Latinos face in education is accessibility. Educators at San Francisco State University conducted a study and discovered that structural challenges that accompany poor school systems discourage Hispanic youth from attending college.
I didn't pay attention to by choice, but I passed through that. And once with, I have a car accident, and it was on Decatur, this 3 lines road, and the middle lines change color. Sometimes it's blue, so sometimes it's green, so you're allowed to go on the middle line. Sometimes it's red, so you're not allowed. So that day, I didn't pay attention what color was, and apparently that was red. No, I was green, but I thought it was a red line, so I keep going, and another car was coming because it was right to go on the middle line, and I didn't pay attention, so when I turned left, of course, he hit me. So the police came, made a report, and we went on court. When I was on court, it was other people with the same case that I have. And the judge says, okay, you can go next time, pay attention, and they didn't put a fine, anything. So when it was my turn, I explained the case, and they say, well, you have to pay for it. And I said, what I have to pay for? I have the same case than them. I need a lawyer. So they gave me the public lawyer that was there, and I explained her the situation, and she said, yes, but the judge has the decision what she can do. So she didn't help me at all. And I finished to paying $50 to the judge and $250 for the fine. So it was $300 getting out of my pocket when the other people should have the same too. So I feel bad, I feel discouraged, anything, but at the end of the day, I say, I'm sure there are people who suffer more discrimination than that. And I think, at some point everybody feels discriminated on another, but in our case, it's just by the way you look.
You're judged immediately.
Yes, they don't have time to think who you are, where you come from, what you do, nothing. It's just In the way you look, you must be a Latino illegal, period. We treat you like that. And, you know, after they know you, they see they're wrong. So.
As mentioned in Laura Padilla's journal article, dominant players start the chain of oppression through racist, discriminatory behavior. This behavior could range from physical violence prompted by the victim's race, to race-based exclusion, to derogatory race-based name-calling and stereotyping, such as, "We don't need any more wetbacks, they just take our jobs."
There are different phases for the Latin Americans. They are the group who already were, parents brought them here when they were babies, and their whole life was here. So they don't have probably the documents they require. They are illegal, but they belong nowhere. They don't belong here, and they don't belong there anymore, because they come here at 4 years old or 5 or 3 and have no souvenir of their past, and they try to make their life here, but at the same time they're illegal here. So I think this group of people are not well represented. I know it's not right to be illegal in a country, but when it's not your choice, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I
You know?
believe so too.
Yeah, when it's not your choice, and when somebody brought you here when you're legal, and you didn't have the choice to say yes or no. So this group of people are not represented at all. And there are, of course, the other part where the Latino who came to make they look like criminals, the ones that they are under all the drugs, the drug dealers, or mafia, things like that. And of course they are, and are the ones that, they need to be probably chased through, but they're not mixed with the other groups. So when you say Latino, you put all of
Everybody
them there.
in the same category.
Yeah. So, and sometimes that is a point of discrimination, because you go in a place and you look like Latino, and they don't know if you're a citizen. They don't know if you're born here. They don't know if you're illegal, or they don't know.
Illegal.
So they just put you in the whole context together. So we don't know. I know they are the Latino American society who try to help them to assimilate in the society, but we still not well represented. I mean, there are not the difference
there's still
of
more
groups.
work to do, especially for children who were brought here from such a young age.
Yes.
And this is their life that they're
Yes.
trying to make. This is
Yes.
what they know. I believe so too.
Yeah, they will, I don't know, 12, 15, 14 years illegal, and they do all their school life here, but they are in the limbo,
Right.
because they cannot go back,
And they can't
to
work
anywhere.
or get a good job.
and
at
they can't
least.
have a job either. So they're in these situations that they are illegal, and at the same time they feel that are Americans because their whole life they
That's
were
what
here,
they
and they cannot graduate, they cannot go to college. And at the end of the day, every single person in the United States at some point was an immigrant,
Yes.
because
That's how the country was founded,
yes,
actually.
even
Yeah.
the first Indian Americans at some point they were immigrants, because the continent was empty, and they crossed through the Alaska and populate America,
Right.
and then more people came.
And
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations on your move to Telemundo. And we have a question for you. We were just curious, do you feel that Latinos are represented well in the media?
Well, I don't think they are represented very well. I talked to the media outlets here 2 years ago. Tell them then, ask them then, why you don't give the opportunity. Not only me, the people know me, but these young people that have a lot of talent, they graduate from good colleges here, and they don't have space for them. Personally, I gave all the time since 1993, all the students, I give them an opportunity. That's the same thing we're trying to do with Encuentro Latino. Giving them a microphone, like you're doing, and go and report, and just give me a good story. But I don't think there is enough media here for the Latinos. I don't think so.
Well, thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. Alberto, let me ask you, do you feel that Latinos are represented well in the media?
I think we're well underrepresented, which is a totally different subject matter. There are no Latinos in general market media locally. There are very few. I mean, I work, and Yadira's at Channel 4, Jorge Quiroga and Amalia Barreda, but for the sheer numbers that we have in this community, we are well underrepresented, and I'm ashamed of it sometimes, of how well underrepresented we are in general market in terms of talent, producers, and in the newsroom, in the major publications here. So it's a shame.
First of all, saludo Fernando. I have a quick question for you. You being in the media, I'd like to ask you, do you feel that Latinos are represented well in the media?
I feel that we are getting there. We could actually be doing much better, but much more Latino programs are needed.
So you feel there's still a need for Latino programming? There's some, but not what should be for the population, especially in this area, correct?
Yeah, I do. I think we're not represented well in this area. I think everything that comes through the media comes from other parts of the world, which that's, we could see that anywhere in news, but the local media just does not represent the local status of what's going on right now.
Thank you.
These feelings of underrepresentation have slightly shifted in a positive way with the new view on Latino actors, actresses, and musicians.
A lot of Latinos everywhere. A lot of, this Pitbull. That guy, he just represented everywhere. Mm-hmm. Then there a new movie that I saw, an action movie where one of the actors is Peruvian actually. So they really opening that area for the Latinos. I see more of them everywhere. So.
With their ever-expanding population, Latino Americans have brought much diversity to America, from food to music to dance. As social workers, it is important that we know how to work with clients from this community. As Ortiz, Garcia, and Hernandez point out, it is so important for us to oppose race-based anti-immigration legislation. However, the battle is beyond a single law. The battle is basic human rights. As social workers, we must use our knowledge and visionary leadership to accomplish our mission of social justice. There are many ways that we can help this amazing and colorful culture. One way is for us to spread the importance of family in an ultra-conservative society. O'Donnell and Kirkner have conclusive evidence that Latino families value education and are committed to their children's success. This family involvement increases grades, confidence, and likelihood of college attendance. For this reason, it is imperative that we educate the public on this matter in light of the recent immigration issues.
Hispanic Heritage Month occurs every year from September 15th to October 15th. It is during this month Latino Americans come together and share each other's culture and history. It is during this month they celebrate the work of influential citizens. By implementing this National Recognition Month, many Latino Americans are empowered to stand against the injustice of a nation that still disregards them today.
There is a famous saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for life. This is the self-fulfilling prophecy that HHF stands by. In order to create new laws against discrimination, Latino Americans need young, aggressive policy makers. In order to bring awareness to the injustice done to the Latino American community by racial profiling, they need relentless, accurate journalism. In order to see yourself beyond your ethnicity, but first as a human being, and that you're special, and in order to combat against internal oppression, Latino Americans need education. This is the battleground. HHF is where the battle begins, where people are made free, and where America realizes how important the Latino American is to the culture, to the nation.
Latino Americans have a long history in America. They have brought much of their culture with them and continue to inspire us with their food, music, and clothing. We must help them hold their place in America as one of the best and coming culture. better accessibility to mental health care, immigration reform, and education reform are necessities to bring out the best in our Latino American community.